Now let's investigate more about collections. So we'll start with the creating collections, then adding requests to a collection, and we'll do the management of collections and managing collections, such as basic actions, adding folders to a collection, deleting a collection, recovering a deleted collection, sharing collection, watching collection, and forking a collection, and adding comments to a collection and reverting collection changes, viewing pull requests, forks, and collection details, these kind of information. So let's begin with grouping requests in collections. Let me get into that our Postman, and I'll go to my API exploring universe and bring this up and make it normal. Yeah. So we can group our Postman requests and examples into collections to keep our uh, workspace organized. So that's what the first activity we have mentioned here. So that's creating collection. Creating collection is nothing but grouping requests into a collection. So basically, why do we do that? We do this to keep our workspace organized, to collaborate with teammates, to generate API documentation and API tests, and to automate request runs. So we'll select collections. Here we have two collections in our API exploring universe. One is play one and second one is universe earth collection. Okay, that we'll find these collections in our sidebar of the list of collections in our workspace. Okay, here. So let me zoom it, and here you should see that. So we will begin with create a new collection. So there are several ways to create a new collection. So the first one is creating from this icon. So let me write that. Task 4.1.1, okay, whatever, 2.4. Okay, so first one, creating a collection from the plus symbol on the collection pane. Okay, that's the first way. Let's do that using this. So let me click on this create new collection symbol, and so I have created that. This is, I'm gonna name it, this is universe and Mars call, and click enter. So this is one way, and second way is to create it from using new button. So create a collection from the new by clicking on new button. So let me click on this new button, and it will say ask, it will take you to all the building blocks. So just select on this item in this window, collection. So then name the collection. So this time I'm going to say universe, it's a Jupiter call. Okay, and enter. So this is the another collection. So this is how we create a collections. Now to customize and configure a collection that we have created, we can select the edit icon simply. Okay, so here you should see that specific to that collection. If I come to this collection, you will find out this pen icon. This is the edit icon, and you just click on this icon then we can change the name and we can attach the description, so whatever information that you want. And most importantly, so we can select authorization. That's what I was saying, we have told you before also. So we can select the authorization to configure authorization details for the collection. So then after that we can simply say for each request use it. So here you see that this, let me, okay, yeah, let me close this on this side, and this is the workbench of this collection. Okay, and I'll go to the play one. This is the workbench of play one, and here you can write the documentation of this collection also if you want. Okay, but for now, so here I can add the collection description. So what I'm gonna say here is this collection, let me click on this pen icon so it takes to this. So this collection is useful as a, and I as a tasks set to play in Postman Playground. That's it, and I'll just say save. So now this will be the documentation, and after that you can attach more things so that it will be pretty easy for the one who will be the one who's using this collection. So for them it would be pretty easy to handle this. Anyway, I'll close this for now. So, and this collection consists of a authorization. So here we can configure our authorization. No auth, anything, whatever you want, you can go with. Is a basic auth you can mention here, and all other um, and all requests which are there can simply when you select auth authorization as inherit auth from parent, they will inherit the basic authorization from the collection. So that's the benefit of this authorization. Then we have pre-request script. So here in this we can define a pre-request script for our collection which will run before requests are sent to the server. Okay, that's the benefit of this. We can attach, for example, get an environment variable or get a variable. You see that you have to mention this some variable, whatever the variable that you have created. So that variable it's gonna get it before we run any script, before we run any request inside that collection. Or we can say get variable, get collection variable, or set a global variable and clear a global variable, clear a collection variable, whatever it may be. For now I will remove all those things. So then we have a tests. So tests also, these are collection level tests. So select tests to define a test script for your collection which will run after a response is received. So let me select any test from here. Yeah, status code, response body content string, response body JSON value check, response header content type header check. And that's it. These scripts are more than enough. So now we will run any one. So form data path parameters, and let's run it and we'll see the test results. So here no tests are mentioned, I guess. So there is no test in the response. So let's see. So we got the pretty, it's 0 header and cookies. We got the 404 not found. Okay, it's per page parameters. We haven't mentioned the value, so let me mention a value here. I'll say 1 and let me send a request. So there are no tests, and here you'll find the body. You see that you got the body. Okay, when you run the whole collection, so let me run a collection now. Just run the collection and we'll see what's going to happen. Then it's asking run universe earth collection, 1 iteration, 0 delay, run manually at this moment. So now first test, an error occurred while running this request. That's fine. And see, that's what you the test all tests, it started doing tests, and this is what you got it. View summary here, and you can view all runs. So you see that this is the runner within 81 milliseconds, you got the issue. Okay, so that we will look later, but for now it's enough. Okay, so that's what the test is, and this is the information about the tests in that. Let me remove all those tests, all those tests. So then we have select variables. This is pretty important. This is where we can define our variables at the collection level. So we can define values for a collection variables to share across all requests in the value. So we can type a name, and then we can say value as a Charan, and we can attach a one more variable, auth base. So we got the two variables now. You see that current value is base, we are not changing. So use variables to reuse values and protect sensitive data. That's what. So now let's get into the any entity, and for example, let's get into the tests and just mention, and its name. So it will automatically take that variable value from here, or else in authorizations or headers, as a value, instead of putting the direct value, you can mention the name that we have created. So now you did not get any error. You see that? Add a new variable. So let me click on name, select a scope, go for the global, not just for or we'll go for the collection. Only for this collection, I don't want a global. It should not be applicable for all collections. I want a collection wise variable. So set this variable. See, now you see that it's been done. So now you got it. When I hover over there, you can see that the Charan is the value of that. So that's how we create our variable at the collection level. So let me remove this for now and get back to here. And here also you can type name. You see that automatically it came. Okay. So then let me get back to the collection level discussion. So then here, that's what about the variables. You can delete those variables, or you can say persist all. When you click persist all, it will save it. So then I will delete that. Then finally we have runs, and runs triggered for this collection via collection runner or postman CLI, whichever. So post will be collection runner and postman CLI. How many runs were triggered? Only one. That is at 23:50 minutes. Okay. So that information it will give. So now, so this is all about some of the info, like very good information about must know information about the collection. So in addition to that, we will look into few more concepts of the collection, that's moving an existing request to a different collection. How do we do that? Okay, I will write down that. Moving an existing request to a different collection. Okay. What I can do is the first way. We have two ways. One is select the request that you want to move, then drag the request into the desired collection. That's it. Very simple. So form data I have here. Okay, this is the form data, and path parameter I have. So what I'll do is form data, I'll put it into the universe Jupyter. That's it. Simple. And one request has been moved. You see that here? One request has been moved. Now let me click on this. Now you see that it is a universe Jupyter collection. It's not anymore in the Earth collection. Let me send a request. Yes, it's working well. Okay, you got that information. Postman echo.com post. We got it. So what you want to post, we can just type here inside the body. Okay, I'll put it form data and I'll type name Charan and I'll post it. And here you should see, so file, we did not send a file, we just used the form type one, so and it was posted here. Okay, that's fine. So that's one way of doing. Or alternatively, we can open the request and select save as and then choose the collection you want to move it to. So this time what I'm going to do is I will select this one, entity gets, and then you can see here I'll click on this drop down icon, and then we'll get the save as option, then click on the save as option. So now you can alternatively select the whichever click on this whichever collection that you want to move that request. Play one, I'll move it to the universe Mars collection and save. Click on save and you see the magic here. So that request has been moved from that universe Earth collection to universe Mars collection. You see that clearly? That's how we move things from one collection to other collection. That's how we move a request from one collection to other collection. Now let's see one more task, that is adding adding a new request to a collection. So adding a new request to a collection. So how do we do that? So from a new request, select save, and we have to choose the collection you want to move it to the, and then select. So this is like, if it is not the existing one, for example, we'll create a new one. Let me copy this. So we are in universe Mars collection. So here I will click on new, I'll click on this HTTP request and I'll change it to the post one. Then so what I'm going to do here is, now this request is not attached with any collection. So first I have to save this request. So to save, I have to name this request. This is a post method. So then here when I click on my workspace, that is API exploring universe, in that universe I will find all the collections, all the planets. So I will click on a Jupiter collection. Okay, so now I'll just click on save and that's it. You can see that post. I'll zoom it and here is that. It's a post method and I'll use this and I'll change it to the post. Sorry, yeah, and I'll attach a body. I'll select the form data and the name, and this time, okay, I'll change this chant and I say Krishna, and let me send a request, and here is that information. Let me scroll down a bit, and here is that chant Krishna and the post method, and we have attached that with universe Jupiter. This is a new one that we have created and we directly saved it to the existing collection. Then creating a new request inside a collection directly. The next activity is to creating a new request inside a collection. Okay, so let me select this universe Mars collection. So here let me close this documentation first, and then we have to select the more actions icon related to that collection. So view more actions, click on this. Now one window will be popped up. So here in this I have to select create a request or add a request. You see that, add a request. I'll click on this add a request. Now this, you can see that the new request, by default the name of the request is new request, and here I am going to attach that name as put request, or just a put method. Okay, I'll change this to put. Then you should see that a put has become a get. That's okay. So then we have to add a form data, and let me scroll down a bit at the body, and planet is moon moonland, la la land. Okay, let's send a request, and 200 is okay. Form planet moonland. Okay, it's been added. That's what the put. So now, okay, plan T, and part of the planet is become plan T. So now let me say delete this time. The same one, we'll keep it. The request is successful. Okay, but the code we have to attach the proper one. So, but that's okay. So that's how a put method and delete method works here, and then that's how a new request can be directly created to a collection. Then added, so we have added a request to an empty collection also, and then we can add a request from our history to a collection. So for that we have to get into the history from here. Click on a history. So we have a lot of collections. You see that this is delete. This is recently we used, and add this request to collection. Just click on this plus symbol, or add a request to the collection, or you can save this request to that specific collection. So whichever way you can do that. Okay, click on, and it will open it. Then go to the our universe. Inside the universe you select the planet that you want. I'll go with the Jupiter call now, and then click save, and it's been added. Now let me get to the collections, and you see that you got the get, post, and delete. So three methods in universe Jupiter collection. Okay, so now let's look into the managing collections. So adding a folders to collection, deleting collections, recovering deleted collections, all that information. So all that activities, all the tasks that we are gonna do now. So let's begin with basic actions. So from the list of collections in our workspace, we can selection a collection. We can select. So this is a collection space, and we have all the collections here. You see that total we have 4 collections. When the icon is greater than symbol, so then the collection is in collapsible mode. When you click on that symbol, it will expand, and all the sub items, all the requests which are there inside that collection can be viewed. So here we can hover over a collection name and select the star icon. You see that, a star icon, to move that collection to the top of the list so that we can highlight it. So let me make it universe Jupiter call as the, yeah, and I'll make it universe Earth collection, and similarly universe Mars collection. I'll keep display one at the bottom. Okay, and so these are one of the important uh, like useful technique in collection. Okay, and after that we have folders. We can add a folders to collection, the second one. So to add a folders to collection, just it's a pretty simple. Just come here, click on view more actions, then click on add folder. So I will add folder to the Mars. Sorry, I'll add folder to the play one, and I'll click on add folder. So the new folder has been added. So the name of the folder I'm gonna give, this is um, air airfold airfold. Okay, and click enter. That's it. The play one consists of a folder and then a task inside that. A task with HTTP method get, and let me collapse it. And the next task is to delete a collection. Oh, it's very simple to delete a collection, but before we delete a collection, let me create a collection first. So create a new collection. So the name of the collection is unknown planets. So unknown, sorry, universe. The name of the planet itself is unknown. So unknown planet. So that's why unknown planet will be deleted. Call, and nothing much will be added into that. It's an empty unknown planet call. So now I'm going to delete that. For that I have to use this more actions icon and click on that, and you will find the delete option. As you scroll down here, it's a duplicate, and as you scroll down more, you'll get the delete option, and then you just click on that. So it will pop up a window, so that asks you, so delete unknown planet call as delete it. You have to click on this delete option, so it will be deleted, and here it's gone. You see that your collection is gone. Then recovering a deleted collection, how do you recover that? So it's pretty simple. Select the more actions icon next to the collection search bar. This is called collection search bar. You see that collection search bar? If you have thousands of collection, then simply you can type the collection name, for example universe. So automatically all those will be highlighted. Okay, see, when I type universe, all those got expanded automatically. And I'll say play, and play got expanded. So that's the benefit of our collection search bar. This is called collection search bar. So then next to that we'll find this more actions icon. Let me click on that, and you just say open trash, and it will opens that trash. Yes, we got into the trash now. So now what we can do is we can simply click on this icon, a restore icon. I'll click on the restore icon. So now it's asking restore unknown planet call. So select the workspace for the collection. So where you want to restore it, I'll directly go for API Exploring Universe and restore the collection into that workspace. So the collection has been restored. Let me get into my workspace and cross check it. API Exploring Universe, and here is that unknown planet call or collection. So now it's time for sharing the collection. To share a collection with other users, what we can do is we can publish a run in Postman button. Sorry, yeah, we can publish a run in Postman. Okay, so or else we can invite others to collaborate by sharing that collection. So for example, this is the collection. You click on share option, and then other people can share, can view it, but they should be the part of our team. For example, let's play one. Click on share, and then it will take you to that window. So here we have to mention the name, email, or group name if we have, and then we have to give them the role, and we have to share the link. So with people or via run in Postman, so or via API. Okay, these are the ways basically to share our, or else simply we can, there is a one more way. You share this, you save this file as a collection into your local machine, and you share it the way you want. Okay, then we have a watching a collection. So when you watch a collection, Postman notifies you when a workspace team member makes changes to the collection, including adding a new request, modifying the existing requests, adding or updating variables, editing pre-request scripts or tests, and adding or deleting a folder. You can watch a collection that you own as well as collections in any public workspace. So what we have to do is to watch a collection, we have to simply select the icon to start watching the collection. Okay, let me click on this select, and then here you should see, I'll now make it bigger, and you click on the watch. Yeah, this is the watch icon. Click on this watch. Now it will start watching. You can see that the change in the icon. So now it's not watching, and I'll click on watch, it will start watching. So then whatever changes are happening inside our collection, all will be tracked. Okay, so that's what the watching the collection. Then let's see forking the collection. So we can fork collections in our own workspace to develop a collection versions basically. That's the main benefit of collection, forking the collection. For that, it's pretty simple. So I have to select. So I'll fork play one or Jupyter. I'll fork this. So monitor collection and create a fork. You see that? Create a fork. So let me select on this. Let me click on this. Create a fork. Now it's asking fork label is Charan API's fork. That's fine. And workspace is this API exploring universe. And I'm gonna create, so new fork will be created into that. You see that universe Jupyter collection fork. You can see that API's fork. So that's how we create a fork. Then we can add comments to a collection. So to add a comment, we have to select the comment icon from the right sidebar. You see that here, you find that. Let me click on this right sidebar, and then I have to mention, so flying high. So API is flying high, and add a comment. So the comment has been added, so anybody can view it. So I can copy link to comment, or I can edit the comment, I can delete the comment. So these are the options that are provided. So now to revert, how to, we have done a lot of changes. So how to revert collection changes? To revert our collection to an earlier state. So either we can click on the change log icon. Okay, so here we have the fork. So either we can click on, let me close this first. Here we have one more fork icon on the right side. When you click on these forks, we'll get to know all the forks which are there. And then this one is pull request. Let me close this for now. This is information icon on the right side bar. So here we have, so select, that's okay. So we can select an timer icon, and then you can see that this is the right side bar after the comment. Below the comment you can find out, let me zoom it, let me scroll, horizontal scroll to the right, and here is that it's a change log. Select the change log icon on the right. So let's select it, and then we have to select the session created collection this much this time. So if there are changes, if 3 to 4 times, then we can select that, and uh, so we can get back to the previous one. Okay, we can restore back to the previous version. And in addition to that, we have viewing pull requests, forks, and collection details also. And we can also use collections in development workflows, and more information that we can provide. Okay, so that's it. It's too much about collections, but It's very much required, very much important for a person who is gonna handle API, that to specifically Postman. So you calling an API is pretty much easy. Just give the authentication and say request. That's it. Nothing else you're gonna do. But handling, navigating, and housekeeping and working around in the Postman, it should be very clear, pretty clear. Then only you can efficiently and effectively work on Postman. So that's the reason I'm stressing on how to work on Postman more.